Hello, happy Friday. My name is Vanessa. I'm the Director of Sales here at Stylelabs. Thank you for joining us for another Samurai 5.0. And today we have the honor of having Mike Legault. He's the Vice President of Operations at Matrix Labour Leasing. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Okay, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, this is going to be a great interview. So he is the longest standing executive at Matrix Labour Leasing and a longtime loyal friend here at Stylelabs. So we appreciate that you're coming in and
Yes.
sharing some exciting news today with our listeners and viewers. So if you're on, please say hello so we can say hello back to you. And let's just get started.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about Matrix. What do you do? What, if you have to sum it all up, what does that look like?
Well, in a quick nutshell, Matrix Labour Leasing is a full-service staffing and recruitment company that focuses on the construction industry and commercial and industrial construction.
Okay.
And we operate across Canada. We've been in business for 17 years, and we're headquartered right here in Calgary. And today we'll make an announcement about some of the expansion plans that we have coming right now and into the future on some great projects.
I love it. Expansion is exciting. I feel, for entrepreneurs, it's a crazy time to say the least, right? So I love hearing about, clients and people we have partnerships with coming on and talking about growth and economic prosperity and so much happening. So if you guys remember, we had Shannon Warren on from Matrix Labour Leasing. I think it was probably in May or April, May. And he mentioned that Matrix was hard at work during COVID about these partnerships and these joint ventures. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So what Shannon and we've done at Matrix is spent a concerted effort around the northwest projects going on in BC, particular LNG Canada, and we see a long-term opportunity for trade staffing and requirements for many people on that project and all of the other projects that will happen in that area, where we see that there's about $100 billion plus of construction planned right now, and we can see a boom up there for 15 to 18 years. So over the last 2 years, we've been hard at work forming relations up there with contractors and with First Nations groups. So today's announcement is mostly to celebrate our formalized joint venture with GITGA'AT First Nation out of Hartley Bay. And they've been great partners, and we look forward to working with them and getting some people to work and through apprenticeship training and into the trades.
That is all really, really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Terrace. I'm a Northern BC girl through and through. So this is really near and dear to my heart. I love it. So what does that mean for the GITGA'AT community and, for Albertans and Canadians, everybody? What does this mean?
Well, I guess we can kind of look at it from the centric point and go out. For GITGA'AT, what it means, first of all, is providing some opportunities for local people, local band members, or people that live off reserve, and getting them situated into some long-term construction projects. So some part of our concept will be mentoring and being able to offer apprenticeship training. And on projects that long, we would be able to assist people work through their entire apprenticeship on one job. It also gets them involved. The majority owner of the joint venture, it gets them a revenue, and it gets them a little bit of a game changer for our community when we can bring some new and exciting opportunities to the GITGA'AT Nation.
I love that. And it's education too, right? Like it's employment and it's education and furthering your skills and growing yourself. That's wonderful.
And we can see beyond, it'll help us bring people from other First Nations people from outside of that zone into the area for employment, meaningful employments and opportunities. So at Matrix, we've always had a company culture of helping people move forward in their careers. So sometimes that means people come to work for us and they really, really like their trade and they can continue forward in their apprenticeship towards journeyman or beyond into supervision. Sometimes that means they come and work and they see another part of the construction industry that they like to work in, and we help them cross over into a different trade or a different field. But it's always with the intention of helping people move forward in their career.
That's amazing. And how cool is it that your guys' industry, your company is all about helping people and helping them further themselves? Like, what a wonderful way to have employment for you.
Yes. Well, I think for Shannon and myself, it's really our primary motive for coming in and working every day and working hard, because we've had a pretty hard time in Calgary with recession for 4 years, and we thought that was tough. And then COVID came. And,
you gotta laugh or you'll cry, right?
and that even got tougher. So, having some long-term plans and a vision of what we can do to help people in the industry, if we stick to what our real intentions are, we seem to be able to come out the other end of these challenges that are placed in front of us. And that's just how the whole company was started, is with Shannon working in the field and being tired of poor treatments, bad pay, not having group benefits. And so, we try to exemplify those deficiencies and bring them into the areas that we work in, not just geographically, but with interpersonal relationships with the people that, our bosses that go into the field and go to work every day.
Amazing. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about People 2.0.
Okay.
And tell me a little bit about that. If you're going to sum it up, what do you guys do?
Okay, so last year we engaged with a back-end provider called People 2.0. It's part of our greater plan for that vision of being able to scale up onto the projects in northern BC. We knew, banks aren't always the greatest friends for staffing companies in a recession or a pandemic, and we knew, okay, we need to have a scalability for financing and also for the operational back end. People 2.0 is a global company that does about $1.5 billion a year, just supplying back-end services only to staffing companies. So they allow us to offer financing terms of 30 or 60 days on qualified vendors and our customers, and they take a big part of our financing worries out of our projects, which means that we can go after any customer. We can scale. We don't have a limit that we end on scaling. So we can go after these large projects, and we don't have to worry about the financing or providing the payroll. And in the 17 years that Matrix has been in business, we've never missed a payroll, and this allows us to continue that promise to our employees.
That's incredible.
Yes. And they also supply lots of technology, so that means we can offer our customers electronic time cards, weekly billing and weekly payroll, and we can offer them a bunch of electronic services for reporting and not only timekeeping, but for all kinds of customized reports that they might want, including hours on project management level.
Amazing. I know here at Stylelabs, for us, being able to streamline and be efficient and automate small businesses is what drives us and what really helps us help our clients. And that sounds like that's exactly what you're doing for the people you're partnered with.
Yep, and I think we have right now, I think we're at a cutting edge for the services that we supply to our customers. We can offer a very full complement of services to check off any requirements that they might need.
Cool. I love it. This is exciting stuff. So I want to talk a little bit about Straight Talk.
Okay.
And your relationship with Greg Farney. So tell us about that and what that sort of means for everything you've got going on.
Sure. So once again, we going back to the core principles of what Matrix is. We were introduced to Greg Farney at Straight Talk through a recommendation from one of our existing customers. He said, "Hey, you guys really do a good job for us. And I know this person that's operating Straight Talk and doing a bunch of training for First Nations groups across Canada. He's connected on the federal level, and he's looking at putting a bunch of people, getting them through training and getting them to work on meaningful jobs for long-term positions." So my first thought with Greg was pretty funny, because we really had the same corporate culture of inclusion and making sure we can open up a future for candidates if they need training and help them to get where they want to go. Their organization works pretty heavily with a lot of oil and gas and pipeline companies. So for us, it was starting to discuss the opportunities in BC and also some of the opportunities that'll be here again in Alberta. We we can work together and help facilitate getting some newer people trained, and also people that might be experienced but not documented with certifications and training. Get them the required tickets that they need and then get documented, right? So it'll help them on these projects.
I love it because everything we talk about, it's like economic prosperity, creating opportunity, helping. Like that's just, it's all good stuff. It's what Alberta needs, Canada as a whole.
So far it is, right? We're all getting pretty tired of the doom and gloom stories and the news.
Yes, isn't that the truth?
The news shows. So there's opportunities out there. There's projects being that are started that have been delayed a little bit by COVID, but they're moving forward. And in that particular geographical area of Northwest BC, we see fantastic opportunities for us and for the partners that we're going to work with, whether they're organizations like Straight Talk, whether they're our customers, whether they're some of the colleges that we're going to be engaging with, or whether they're with people that want to change their life and find civil, meaningful employment and move their career forward.
So on that note, if someone wants to connect with you guys to look into sort of next steps with Matrix and furthering themselves, how would they do that?
Well, probably the easiest and simplest format to find out what we have going on is to hit our website first. So going back to the People 2.0, we have a platform that engages all of our job opportunities. And then we link that through our website. So www.matrixlaborleasing.com. If you look at Find Jobs, you'll see all of our current opportunities. If you follow the links, you can apply directly online and create your own profile in our platform.
Perfect.
And someone will contact you from our recruiting department and answer your questions and ask for anything that might be missing from your profile.
Awesome. Want to throw that out there because I know people are watching are looking for
MatrixLaborLeasing.com.
Right, so absolutely head over there. And side note, it's a really nice website, really nice platform. Who did it for you?
Oh yes, Stylelabs has been a pretty important part of our not just our technology platforms, but in helping create our corporate culture. And I think you guys share many of the same values.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, one of the things I love is I get to come every day and I feel really good knowing that I help people, right? Like, I'm not a salesperson. I am a passionate person. I'm a person who loves entrepreneurship. And I love seeing people chase after their dreams, whether, you're a solopreneur, mompreneur like I was years ago, or you're a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
It's everybody needs what we have, and I love being able to help people.
Yeah, and I don't think we we never forget inside our office Shannon started with I met him in 1997, and his story is he came off of a plane from New Brunswick into Vancouver on a one-way ticket and was working as a laborer on a construction site. That's when I met him. So today's world, we still have those values of if somebody's missing something on a paycheck, or they need training, or they need good benefits, or whatever it might be. Those are the requirements that we're to help solve for people. Right? We want to create solutions for people, whether that means a career advancement or, hey, I have a problem, can you help me out with something? Okay. And for our customers, that problem is usually, I don't have labor. Yeah. For whatever reason that might be.
You guys have known each other a long time then.
We've been through a few battles, apparently. Maybe with Almond, too.
Actually, that was my next questions, because you've been one of our clients for a decade, one of the original first 5 clients that we've had. So we obviously appreciate you guys, and you're one of our biggest evangelists. You send people to us all the time, and I know for us, that's where we get a lot of our business from, is people like yourself
referrals,
who know us.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the best thing in business. That's your best way of networking, is from people that you already know.
Absolutely.
Right? What we didn't know about that relationship was, and we found out last year at the Christmas dinner, was that Almond and Celine packed it in. They had one more sales meeting, and that was Matrix. So that was a pretty heavy story to take.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. You just never know where the next massive change in your life is going to come from. The next call, the next meeting, grinding out one more day. That's the entrepreneur life. That's what fires me up. I love it.
That's right. And I think that's why Almond and Shannon get along so well. They're both visionaries, and so it's funny, for what we do is a pretty objective world, pretty tactile. Like are people in the field. So to be a company that's conceptual and provide a service that's very physical in its service and its product, it's neat to work in an environment like that. But we're the vision of where we want to go is no different than how we ended up with this joint venture with GITGA'AT and the great people of their nation. We have really great experience working with them so far. We're looking forward to years and years of great fun up there.
Amazing.
Working with them.
I just want to say thank you for coming on. And, we have a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of self-employed people that tune into this. If you had to just leave everyone with a little bit of advice, something to take home, and, with that grind, that entrepreneurship grind, that, and a lot of people are feeling discouraged and there's a lot of negativity in the news and stuff. So what's one thing we can leave them with today that they can take with them and apply to their business?
Well, I think in today's, the most important thing for an entrepreneur right now with our climate economically is you really have to know and understand your why. Why are you in business? Why do you come to work every day? Where, that's going to help you answer all of your other questions. It's going to help you when you have those really bad days and you're going, I don't know if it's worth it. It's like, well, if you have that value and you've written it down and go, like, this is my why.
I love that. I don't care if you're, a solopreneur or a company of 100, having a vision statement, a purpose, a mission to drive you, even in your personal goals at home. That's huge.
Yep.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you again for coming on today. I really appreciate having you here. This was a really exciting interview. I know there's lots of good takeaways for people, and I think that was the perfect way to sum it up. Your why.
Your why.
Amazing.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, and have yourself a fabulous weekend.